In this module, we'll understand about different sources from where the credit is derived for agricultural sector in India. Sources of agricultural credit in India. We have a lot of different sources of agricultural credit. Basically, in India, we can classify it in two types. Over here, we can clearly see one is the institutional source and another is the non-institutional sources. First, we will talk about the non-institutional sources. The very first is the non-institutional source of finance. Over here, if we look at it, non-institutional source of finance, what is it? These are not registered money lenders who provide finance to the basic farmers. We can see this kind of an institution in the rural areas. If I speak about the whole 100% of the finance in the rural areas, 40% is occupied by them. Who are these non-institutional money lenders? The very first is a money lender. They give money to the farmers if the farmers keep something as collaterals. Basically, the rate of interest that is charged by these money lenders is quite high. The farmers keep something like jewelry, land, or all these sources as a collateral for the loan received from the money lenders. Apart from that, we have landlords and all these people who provide loans to the farmers. And not only these, there are relative friends who also provide loans to the farmers. It also comes under the non-institutional sector. Apart from that, the next one is the institutional sector. Institutional sources. The first one is NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. This bank was started on July 12, 1982. This bank is started by the Government of India and Reserve Bank of India by contributing 50-50%. The total paid up capital in the year 1982 was 100 crores. 50 crores were given by each of them. But now later on, in the year 2018, it is completely owned by the Government of India. It basically does the function of providing loans to the rural areas to the people who require loan. It majorly considers the people who require loan in the rural areas for agriculture, for the personal purposes, or any of these. This had become a major success. This NABARD was one of the greatest hit by the Government of India. Apart from that, the next one over here is Rural Cooperative Credit Institutes. These Rural Cooperative Credit Institutes are of short term and of long terms. Basically, in the short term also, we can classify it in further three types. The very first is Primary Agriculture Credit Societies, which is also called as PACS. The second one is District State Cooperative Banks. And the third one is State Cooperative Bank, SCBs. Apart from that, there is also a long-term capital thing that is there in the rural cooperative credit institutions. When I speak about long-term also, it can be further classified into two types. One is for the state level and the other one is for primary cooperative banks. It is not done on a very large scale, but it is done on small scale. The other one is the state cooperative bank, which is done as per the state level. Apart from that, the next type is over here, the commercial banks. These commercial banks are the normal commercial banks that we see in the neighborings, but they are operating in the rural areas. Apart from that, the next one is regional rural banks. These are the rural banks that are situated in the rural areas, that are started by the rural people and are located over there in for small purposes and dealings over there. The next one over here is microfinance institutes. These institutions are an extension of the banks itself, which are started in the rural areas, but they are not very friendly. Therefore, farmers do not approach them for loans because they require proper papers. They need a lot of things. Farmers do not understand this lengthy paper procedure, and therefore farmers are ready to pay a higher amount of loan, higher amount of interest to this money lender rather than actually falling for microfinance plans. The farmers are not aware about the schemes under this, but it is specially started for farmers, and the landlords actually are not even letting farmers know about the same. Thank you.